Welcome to Bricks of Norway.
Hi there, my name is Paul. It's time for a new space video. Earlier I've shown you my LL938 Super Galaxy Explorer and its landing field. But I've never been that satisfied with that landing field, so I designed a new one. The last one consisted of two 48 by 48 base plates, but the LL938 is such a big spaceship that's not enough. So this time I've used four 48 by 48 base plates. And now, as you can see, there's plenty of space for the 938. But who have space for four base plates to display an LL938? I don't know. I sure don't. But I'll be using it on when I'm displaying the LL938 at displays, at exhibitions. And as I mentioned earlier, in 1.5 months, Class Expo is being held here in Norway on the 11th to 12th of November. And as you can see, 4 base plates, 1/4 each, and on one side tiles are at 2 studs wide to connect to the next base plate. If you're going to take this up and down, take it apart, displaying it for just a short while and taking it down again and bringing it to another place, this might not be the most practical. Then it probably would be better to just use one stud wide tiles. If you are using the one stud tile, I really recommend using the 2x2 tile in the middle to keep the plates together there, and use the 2x4 or something here to get them flush at the edges. In the instructions I've used both this 2x2 tile here, 2 studs wide tiles here, and 2x4 at the edge. You don't need to do everything. So in the pictures I've taken, you'll see I've dropped the 2x4. But when I'm going to display it together with other plates, I will connect it to the other plates, and I will use something in the corner. But I just wanted to mention that there is an option to think about what you need to do. It's much easier to transport while in this configuration, because you don't have to take off the white tiles. If you're transporting it with the 2 stud wide tiles, we'll probably knock it off. But for appearance, I like the 2 stud wide white tiles. That's up to you. I think I'll be using the 2 stud wide tiles when I'm going to Class Expo. I guess I'll bring both just to be sure. If it might come down to that I'll have to take it apart, redesigning the display a couple of times before becoming satisfied with how it looks. I'm trying to plan it ahead. Perhaps I'll show that in another video, how I've been planning it. But it all depends on if I get the tables like I want to. Last year I was part of putting up the tables myself, so I could partly adjust it to my needs. But I might not be able to do that this year. So I need to have a backup plan. As I said, the instructions are uploaded on Rubricable. I've also revisited the instructions for the LL938 and corrected the 2 errors that I know existed, that have been notified by a couple of users that have tried to build it. So the piece count is actually less now, because there was an extra black pin. There were two pins in the same location, and that didn't add up. So 1 piece less than the first edition, but and there were some plates that were added but didn't have any place didn't attach to any studs until 5 steps later or something. So I moved those plates, wedge plates, to later in the instructions to make sure there is some place to attach them. I guess there are more errors, but those are the two I've been notified about. And there are some people that have built the LL938, so I guess there aren't that many too big mistakes, errors. So when this is done, it's time to revisit some of the other things I displayed last year that I'm planning to rebuild or change, but I haven't done it yet, and it's less than 2 months. So it's about time to start changing things. And I have some new things that are still, well, not tested. One of them needs to be tested. Hopefully I will be able to do that very soon. If it doesn't work, I need to change the design. But I can say that it's not my design only. I modified someone else's design and make it suit my needs. So there will be something new this year. And I have some surprises as well outside of the modern classic space and the classic space. But it's related. And there's something not related at all. Something that I've shown you earlier, but that will be attending with me on and be on display. So I think this was all for today. And as always, if you're able to help someone in need, please do.
Enjoy.